right, guys. Captain Rick here. Sunday, June 29th. And just got done with our charter for the morning. So here's the fishing report for the Oak. Talked to quite a few guys today. Still very tough fishing out there. There was guys fishing out to the lower 30 North Line area, all the way into basically Lakerland, which is in that 100-foot range. Nobody that I talked to really smoked them. There was a first thing in the morning bite, and then it tended to peter off for most people. We tried to keep it close to Lakerland this morning. Ran out to the 27 North Line, just maybe a click to the east of Port. We had a buddy that did some fish on the 27 yesterday afternoon, later in the morning. So we figured we'd start there and troll it north rather than just blasting out to the 30 zone. We had fish on the screen right away, but we went a few hours with not a bite. Talked to a few people that were further north from us. They were struggling as well. So we were kind of in this situation with what do we do? Where do we go? So we said, at 9 o'clock, we'll make the decision and maybe head in and try to do some lake trout and get these kids on some lake trout. Right before that is when all hell kind of broke loose. We hit a fish on a rigger, and I knew it was acting kind of funny. And earlier, a few minutes prior to that fish hitting, I was looking at my Humminbird graph and I saw what looked to be a dragger on the main line, but then it kind of went away. So I just thought maybe there was a fish down there on the outside edge of the cone in that same general vicinity. So I kind of ignored it. Fish hits, and it's acting really weird. We finally get it to the back of the boat, and I see this beautiful Atlantic jump out of the water, but it was almost like it was being pinned down by something. And come to find out, there was a lake trout on the bottom lure, and we had a 31.5-inch Atlantic on the top lure. So we reeled in a double. They were both about 7-8 pounds. Beautiful fish. The Atlantic was beautiful. We put those two fish on the deck of the boat. Diver starts ripping. Low diver, one setting, out 140, starts ripping. This all starts on about the 26 North Line. So the double that we did take was on a very hot spoon from last year, and that was the Moonshine Deadly Doodie. That took the Atlantic, that took the lake trout. On that diver, this was a combination that I got off of a fellow angler in Lake Michigan. I was doing a seminar with Dan Keating back in March. He mentioned in his seminar this is one of his hottest rigs, and it's a Dragon Slayer with an Aqua Howie. So I went out and bought that exact combination. Actually, I had the flasher. I've never caught a damn thing on it. And went out and grabbed an Aqua Howie fly from FishUSA. That's what that king took for a ride. That was a great fight. Took a bunch of line out on a wire diver in that cold water. So that was cool. So we had 3 fish in a matter of 15 minutes, and now we're second guessing our decision to go lake trout fishing. We worked the area a little harder. We ended up getting another teenager on a 150 rigger pulling a deep rig tackle strip. I was too lazy to put a herring strip in a white fish meat rig. Tossed that in there and sent it down. That was our 4th fish. And then we took a small salmon on a 150 copper, and then also a 50 rigger. The 50 rigger was pulling the Martel, and then I don't remember what was on the 150 copper, but so we grabbed 2 more salmon there, and then we ended up throwing back a Skippy and throwing back an under Atlantic. So the kid who caught the 31-inch Atlantic also caught an under Atlantic. So not only did he catch a unicorn, but he caught 2 in the same day. But as the day wore on, we were marking fish, you know, you can go and start throwing all this different stuff at them, or you can put the stuff you know works in the water, and that's what I did with the Martel there. It's a great spoon. It's got all the great colors in it. Put it on the rigger, and that grabbed our last fish of the day. The screen out there on the 26 line looks really good. There's cold water. Everything really was in the top 60, 70 foot for us, minus that one deep fish. And there's a lot of deep fish out there. Those are 100% salmon if you can fish them. Leave one rig down there for sure. There was another buddy out there that was getting a few fish in that same area. But yeah, so there's some fish around. We did not go and do the lake trout thing. We had enough action once we started getting bit to keep us in that water, and they went home with some nice meals. These guys today drove up from Georgia. They're here for a baseball tournament over in Cooperstown, and so Dad brought a couple of the other kids and took them fishing while the other son was was playing his 7th baseball game over there in the tournament. So decent day, not a great day, but it's shaping up. It looks like it's going to get a little better. We're hearing some reports of some salmon over on the North Shore being caught. So hopefully we can get through some days without some east wind and the lake can set up. And I think there's going to be some good fishing. And right now it's stretched out from the shoreline all the way out to the middle of the lake. So pick a level if you're marking fish. Put your good stuff in the water. Try different angles. Angles can be a huge thing with the currents. So if you're trolling a certain direction, change it 20 or 30 degrees and try that direction for a little while. If you're still marking them, not getting them, change your direction again. Find a direction that works. Today we were doing a lot of northwest, southeast trolls, and then we changed it up to more of an east-west troll. Just trying different angles to get these fish fired up. So that's the report for today. We are done for a few days, and then we're back out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully things continue to improve, and we will be loading the cooler up, which would be really nice. So have a good rest of your weekend, guys, and thanks for watching. Again, I appreciate all the great comments. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Hopefully you guys take something from this. I think I've covered the bases of where we fished today, what we caught them on. We did throw some coho rigs in the water for most of the morning, never took a shot on them, and we switched over. We ran a 12 rod spread today. We ran a pair of 200s on one side, a pair of 150s on the other. That's Morgan's Super Copper, a 250 down the center, 4 divers, 3 riggers, just putting as much as we can in the water to entice a bite. So get as many rods in the water as you can, and good luck out there.